Hello everyone, Daniel here. It has been a very long time since the last devlog, and finally I decided to make a new one. This update is very important for the DinoSystem development because it finally adds the ability to change the control mapping, among many other things that this update does, and that I will explain in detail later. First of all, as you can see, there is a new background main menu image. This has been done by the talented artist Lukas Chevkak. So, about control remapping. There is a new menu in the setting window that allows to change every control in survival mode. This is very important because many users have pointed out that the controls in DinoSystem are not very easy to understand, are quite clunky and unintuitive. So the ability to change them, I think, will improve this, at least I hope. You can assign every possible key in your keyboard to any action in the game, so this is probably will improve this aspect of the game. The first thing you notice when you're finally in the game is that the texture quality of the terrain is improved. I've in fact upscaled the texture of the terrain by 50%, which makes them much more realistic, much more detailed. I've also improved many other things like weather, effects, etc. But those changes are very subtle, so they are not very easy to spot. As you probably know already, in the previous update I've added the Troodon, a new animal. This female is sleeping, but she's guarding her nest here. There are 4 eggs, and I think she will have a lot of work to raise the children, because 4 eggs are a lot. I think that the Troodon is a very good addition to DinoSystem because it has a very sophisticated intelligence. It hunts in packs, and especially in survival mode, it's very challenging to fight against this particular animal. The eggs just hatched, but I can't manage to find the other 2 babies. I think there were 4 eggs, but now there are just 2 babies here. Probably the other 2 have been lost or killed by a Tyrannosaurus or other animal. But anyway, back to the current update. Let's find another animal that is not sleeping. This one. So, about the current update. A new feature in this update, a new improvement to the intelligence. And this AI improvement is especially important because it prevents the problem where animals go through a wall and destroy it because they don't know how to avoid it before they collide with it. But now, they just avoid it. I've also improved the rainbow effect. As you can see, it is now a reflection. It doesn't appear on the top of the screen, but as a reflection on the water, on the lakes or the sea. Of course, there are many other improvements in the ecosystem mechanics and animal AI, but you can read them on the changelog. They are minor. Let's move now to the survival mechanics improvements that you can read here. So let's create a new character now. And here we are in the character creation screen. Here I've added the ability to change the higher growth level. So you can have a bald character if you want, and high will grow over time in the game. So you will see that the character will change also in this aspect. For now, growth level will not affect the gameplay at all, and you will not be able to cut the hair when they are fully grown. But in the future, I will expand this mechanics probably because it's not very complicated to do. Another thing that I've added in the previous update, not this one, is this interface, this panel. And this panel allows to see many statistics about the character, which are already represented in numbers here or in the main interface of the game. But here they are shown textually in a more immersive way. So this also enhances the RPG element of the game. And here we are with the new character. Let's pause the game because time passes very quickly. The first thing I want to explain is the changes in the fullness mechanics. As you can see on the cursors, there is now a new number, 0 and 87. 87 is the cap, your fullness cap, over which you can't eat. Previously, with this cap was only tied to the metabolism here. And the faster the metabolism, the lower the cap. Now it is the opposite. The faster the metabolism, the higher the cap. So with a faster metabolism, you are capable of eating more food. This is to counterbalance the fact that with the higher metabolism, your maximum stored calories and hydration is lower. So you can eat more and more often, but you store less nutrients or water. And that's much more realistic and gameplay friendly at the same time. Also, the cup is now also tied to the fat. The fatter you are, the higher the cup of your fullness, so you can eat more. The fatter you are, the more you can eat now. And this works in synergy with metabolism. So if you have a faster metabolism and you are fat, you can eat really a lot before getting full. Now also, if we spawn something here, some foods, I will never tell you how to do this because this is game breaking. There is fish, meat, fruits, etc. Let's eat everything. Let's see how I can get full. This fish. Alright, now I'm over 100%. This means that now I'm able to go over 100% fullness, go over the cap. But once I'm over the cap, I can't eat anymore. There are many other improvements in this update, especially subtle improvements in animations, in the way the game calculates the speed at which a character sprints or walks, or the jump height. It's difficult for me to explain them because they are very technical, deciding the way the game calculates these things based on character conditions, breath, quantity, athletic skill, a lot of other parameters. But just know that this update improves this by a lot. It also improved how the game calculates the maximum health, the maximum breath here, and yeah, there are a lot of other subtle improvements a bit everywhere. So for me, it's very difficult to explain, as I said. One other very important thing is that now building thatch or stone wall is easier because they require less components. For example, the wall used to require 10 stones and 10 resins, but now it just requires 5 resins. Resins are much harder to find than stones. And the thatch now requires 4 wood instead of 5. Yeah, it looks like a very small improvement, but it makes a difference because when you chop down a tree, it usually drops 4 pieces of wood, 4 wood chops. And now you just require to chop down one big tree, in order to obtain enough wood to create the thatch. So this improves the playability of the structure system of the game. As usual, there are many improvements in this update. Some are so small that are not worth mentioning here, but you can find everything in the changelog of this update, in the Steam forums. What about the future plans, the roadmap of the development? I think that the game has just gone over 50% of the development. It's now approaching the final phase of the alpha. We have a lot of system in place, so now what the game misses and lacks is content, especially. But yeah, there are some huge systems that have to be included yet, but most of the important basic game systems are there. One feature I wanted to include in this update but didn't manage to do so is the taming system, the Trudon taming system, that should allow you to bring a small Trudon or an egg in your home and just use it as your pet and teach him to hunt and go with him to hunt, etc. It would be very cool to do, but unfortunately I didn't manage to include it because the system I worked on in the previous month didn't work out so very well as I wanted, so I had to scrap it, and basically I need to do it from scratch to find another way to do this. I'm very sorry for this, but I think that it's worth the wait, because it's better to have a better feature and more better working feature than have a less working feature and rushed. There are many other things, as I said, that have to be added, like catastrophes, the asteroid, the volcano, tornadoes, the lore. I want to create a sort of story that introduces the player to the game, to the island, and justify in some way the fact that there is a human in this island with dinosaurs, which is really historically inaccurate. And yeah, this is a thing I will do with image and sort of story. And yeah, there are many other plans that you can read on the roadmap on the Steam forums. And for this video is all. And as always, have fun with the game and see you in the next devlog.